Hey guys, how's it going? I've had several requests to do some videos about reborning. Um, People asking for reborning tips, reborning advice, things like that. So I thought I would start with something that was most daunting to me when I first started reborning, and something that still at times is just very aggravating, and that is rooting. I hate rooting. I don't know if I've told you this before, but I hate it. But it has to be done. So, I want to talk about needles, hair, and definitely what not to do and what to do. As you can see, I've got a lot of different needles here. These are rooting needles. These are the most I use with the little handle here, but this I kind of made myself. I put a little pencil holder here to help with the grip. Not the pencil holder, but it goes, it goes on a pencil to, help save your hands. And when you're doing hours upon hours of rooting, this is definitely something you can use. So, I found this little contraption under here. It's just a little, I don't really know the true name for it, but you unscrew it, put your needle in, and if you're using a handle of some sort, you have to modify your needle or order needles that are already modified, which means you have to have needles that don't have these little handles on them here, these little edges. You can also use wire cutters to clip the ends off if you don't want to purchase them already modified. That's what I did. I didn't buy needles already modified, modified and non-modified needles. I just took wire cutters and clipped off the ends. And they fit perfectly right down here into my little contraption. But like I said, I got this little contraption here from Hobby Lobby. And you put the needle in, screw it in, it holds it tight. And you've got a little needle rooting tool. For about, it was either, I believe I paid $2.99 for it. I may be mistaken. It may have been as much as $4.99. I'm not positive, but it was somewhere along in there. And then I just kind of devised it myself by putting, clipping my needle and doing the handle here. But in all honesty, guys, I don't even use it. And the reason I don't is because when you're rooting, you've got to make sure you keep your needle. If it's not what do you call it? If it's not a 6, my goodness, I've lost my words. If it's not a needle that's got like 6 barbs on it, that's going to root in everything around you, then you got to hold your needle a certain way. And I had marked it on the needle which way to hold it, but I just never could get into it. So I may try again later, I don't know. These needles, these are rooting needles with little plungers on them. They're little rubber plungers. And honestly, I don't like these either. I don't even use them. These two here, the two green ones, I got from, well, goodness, what's her name? Jacqueline Kramer. There we go. I got these from Jacqueline Kramer at the doll show. The rubber coating on them, I love it. And I've used them, just kind of tested them out, but on the particular doll head I'm doing right now, the Evangeline, it's not, they don't rip the hair in like I need it to, so I'm just not using it. So anyway, and guys, here's the thing. You have to be very careful with your rooting needles. you're going to have one needle that is going to root great on one doll head, and on another doll head or another type of hair, it's not going to root in at all. What I found is, depending on the hair, the kind of hair that you're using, and I'll show you the different kinds of hair here in a minute. Depending on the type of hair and the type of silicone vinyl you're using to root, your needle may not push the hair in as far as you need it. And I've actually had to redo doll heads before because of this, because I've been using a needle, certain needle, my favorite, I'd found my favorite needle and using it, and I get new hair, start a new doll head, and I don't even think about it, and so I root the whole front and then get ready to go in and sew halfway, and I realized that the hair's not even in far enough to glue, hardly. And so what happens is it all just comes back out. And that's a problem. So always, always, always check your needles. When you first start a new head or you start using new hair, because you don't want to have to go back and re-root everything. It's very time consuming. And actually that happened here with Evangeline, but thank God, because I always watch for that now. I didn't have an issue. I had to test out a lot of my needles and find the one that worked, because the certain needles were not working. So I ended up going with my 42G. What is this? My 42G Fort needle, and that worked great. And I'm using, I'm using this hair here, and it works great. So, and I'm going to show you guys the different types of hair too. Let's see. Okay. All right. Okay, guys, and you'll probably be able to see the difference. So let me show you the needles. Finish showing you the needles here. And these are the gauges that I recommend. But of course you can try out and use whatever you like. But I recommend the 42G 1-barb needle. Definitely the crown needle in 40 or 42G. This is a 40G Fort, and this is a 40G 3-barb. Usually 3 barbs are way too much to do mono or micro rooting. But with this needle, I found they work great. So, but you'll have to try that out yourself. This only puts in a few hairs at a time, which is your goal. But my all-time favorite needle that I found that's been very adaptive, I guess I'd say, is this one. And that's the 4th needle. And that's the one I really like. Okay, types of hair. This is, I would say, mid-priced. This is the ruby red. Let's see if you guys can see that good. And it's okay. It feels really dry, but it's not horrible hair. it's okay. It's not my first choice in hair, but it's definitely not my last choice. But guys, the premium hair, I know it's about double, but it is well worth it, and that's what you're gonna get with hair like this. This is Slumberland Chocolate Brown Wavy. And here is Slumberland's wavy hair compared to, I'll show you here in a second. This is Slumberland's wavy hair compared to, I'm not going to show the name, cheap wavy hair. Can you see the difference? You can definitely tell the difference. But I know hair like Slumberland and Delta Dawn and things like that, I know it's expensive. But guys, it is well worth it if, you know, you're making a doll to sell. You definitely want to use the higher end hair. Okay, this is the, like I said, Slumberland Chocolate Brown. This is light brown. It's not Slumberland, but it's light brown. So you can kind of see the difference in colors too. And this is human hair. Hey guys, I'm back. I apologize. My video cut off as it's so great at doing. I'm gonna go ahead and show you here with the current head I'm working on, Evangeline. Give you a few tips here. What I'm gonna do is show you how to hold your needle correctly, because it's very important. You want to make sure that you're holding it excuse me guys, the weather change here has really got me creepy. I'm going to show you how to, the best way to hold your head and your needle and your hair so that you can get the best result possible. When I first started rooting, oh, by the way, this is Evangeline, the current doll I'm working on here. She looks a mess because I'm rooting her right now, so please excuse her appearance. You're going to need your needle, your hair. This is the size hair I usually use. And I tie mine off with the string so I can adjust as the hair bunch gets smaller. You're going to need, when you're rooting, you're going to need, of course, your needle, your head and your hair. Scissors. I got these at Walmart. They're fairly inexpensive. They were $8 and they're a good pair of scissors. Tweezers. Guys, I would not buy the cheapest pair of tweezers, the little dollar tweezers. What I found with the cheaper tweezers, they don't grip real tight here on the ends, as you know, as you use them more. So I got these. These are Revlon tweezers, and actually I got these on sale at Walgreens. They were regularly $6 tweezers, and I got them for I think $1.35. They had them on clearance. So, and then of course gotta have a toothbrush. So, and I just start here by brushing out my hair. Of course, you're going to want to hold it tight here. And what that does, that's going to release any really short hairs, which you don't want, because you're going to have, if you get real short hairs, it's going to look terrible, and it's going to be sticking up here, and ugh, it's going to look awful. So your toothbrush is going to kind of weed those out, and by tightening it, I usually like twist my hair here, hold it tight, and then brush it. And I do that on both ends just to weed out the short hairs, the real short hairs, because you will get those even when you're clipping your hair from the bunch. Even if it's all one size, you're still going to get those really short hairs. See, this is what my toothbrush got out. So, okay. So you're going to take your needle. Hopefully you're not going to keep losing it like I do. You're going to take your needle. In your hair. And you're going to hold your hair in the direction, of course, you want to go. Turn your hand to the direction you want to go. And you're going to hold your needle flush with the head and go in at an angle. Let's see what I'm doing here. You don't want to punch it in this way or the hair is going to stick straight up. When I first started rooting, I used to go in straight and my hair would stick up. Even though I knew how to hold the needle, I couldn't get in the habit of doing it. And then I would take my water bottle and spray my hair down and let it set. And at the scalp, there would be a little hump of hair where the hair would come out of the scalp, and it just looked terrible. So, alright. So you're going to hold your needle sideways, flush with the head, and gently push in. And then as you move through and change positions, you're going to turn your head. And it'll take a while, but you'll get the hang of it. And then what I usually do is when I go to pull my hair piece back, I'll put my needle where I've rooted, and that won't pull hairs out. So as you can see here, my needle has rooted one excuse me, one hair per hole. And then in some cases, with this hole, I've got 2 hairs, which that's completely fine by me. Okay, and then in some cases, you're going to get what I call little tails, little hairs that stick out. I don't think I have any here. But if you do get those, what you can do is hold the hair tight on the head so that you're not going to push the hair strand back through, but it will push the tail, the really short tail you have sticking out. It'll push it back through. So then you're going to take your needle and just and go right back through. So, all right, guys. I hope that helps you. And I know most of you are probably not aspiring artists. And I apologize to the ones that are not. I hope this video is not too boring for you. So I just wanted, because I've had so many requests, I just wanted to go ahead and do some videos for you guys. I'm gonna probably do another video for those of you wanting to get into the Reborn business, because I've had requests for it. So I'll probably do a little video on that. Probably tomorrow. I'm not real sure. Just to try to do all the videos that get requested if I possibly can. I've had some requests for some outing videos, so I don't know when I'll be able to get to those, but I'll sure try. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. I hope you share the videos that I make with your friends. And if you're not subscribed, I'd really love to have you as a subscriber. Thanks guys, have a great day, and I hope God blesses you. Bye-bye.